the West, the land of opportunity. A place where you can be a hero, a scoundrel, and anything in between. This ain't quite the Wild West as you know it. There are ancient powers at war with each other. Strange entities lurking in the dead of night with their own rules and their own peculiar motives. Welcome to the Weird West. Coming out here could be the best thing that ever happened to you. If you can survive, that is.
This is Rafael Colantonio, Creative Director and President of WolfEye Studios, and I'm here today to tell you about our current game in development, Weird West. At its core, Weird West is an action RPG set in a fantasy reimagining of the Wild West. You play through the adventures of 5 heroes that have intertwined destinies on a quest to unveil one of the biggest mysteries of the Weird West. While we described Weird West as an action RPG, some would actually refer to the game as an immersive sim. There are many elements that set Weird West apart from any other action RPG out there, and I would love to show you a few examples now. First, the simulation and sandbox nature of Weird West. The bulk of the team is composed of co-creators of Dishonored and Prey, so simulation is like a religion to us. It is in our DNA to let the players play their own way. Weird West is designed in a way that accommodates many playstyles and many playthroughs. Whether you like combat, or trickery, or stealth, or a mix of all of that, you'll enjoy experimenting with the tools the game offers in a system-rich and physically simulated world. Next, the setting and visual direction. The setting is Weird West, you guessed it. It's an opportunity for us to explore a genre that has been kept underground, and we're excited about bringing our own take on it. As far as the visuals, we're going for a mix of 3D with hand-drawn textures and uncommon palette that we think bring a unique style to the game. We want our world to be instantly recognizable and convey the mystery that is so important to the experience.
Now, let's talk about how scripted versus how dynamic is the experience.
While the game has a main quest, the events and the quests outside of the main path make use of what we call the conductor, which creates events and crafts a narrative that is specific to each playthrough.
For example, let's say you kill one of these merchants while the other one escapes. The survivor will throw a vendetta at you, and chances are they'll ambush you later when you expect it the least.
This participates to the feeling of a very tailored experience per player. Finally, one more thing I wanted to mention is that your actions are permanent in Weird West. While you may resurrect when killed, your companion won't resurrect if you did not have a chance to revive them on time. And whatever choices you've made will stay in the game. So stealing shops and killing people have consequences you cannot discard by coming back in time with a simple game reload. We think it is a powerful way to give meaning to your actions and keep the tension high. That's about it for today. We have a few more surprises that I can't wait to talk about, but we're keeping some of these for later. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. And please stay tuned for future news about Weird West. Hi, this is Rafael Colantonio, Creative Director of Weird West. This is the first entry in a series of deeper looks into Weird West, our mix of action, RPG and immersive sim here at WolfEye Studios. For this episode, we want you to get a sense of how the game feels and how the immersive sim elements come into play. You start the first of 5 journeys as bounty hunter Jane Bell. Your son was killed, your spouse was abducted, and you're out to find out who did this and set things right. But there are 4 more journeys in this tale of the Weird West. 5 unique characters, all of which intersect at some point. One of our goals with Weird West is for everything that seems interactive to actually be interactive. So let's have a look around and interact with the world. We can move things, search anything, take items from inventories, or place items from your inventory into the world, carry bodies, bury bodies, kick things, set things on fire, and more. If you see something that seems possible, chances are it is possible, and it feeds into the simulation to create gameplay opportunities. While the game's moment to moment is about exploration and action, the game structure is very much that of an RPG. You can travel anywhere thanks to the travel map and select where you want to go next, including in areas that you haven't discovered yet. Along the way, you might run into a few surprises or stumble across new locations to explore. Players will make their way through frontier towns, mining outposts, hidden oases, and more. The West holds an abundance of quests to tackle, locations to explore, characters to talk to. There's so many ways for the game to respond to your actions. You can follow directions or go rogue and unveil the ever-thickening mystery of the Weird West on your own terms. Either way, you're looking at a good 40 hours of gameplay split between 5 characters that are tied together in ways that will be revealed at the end. Hope you enjoyed this video. There is more to come soon. And before I forget, Weird West launches January 11th. We hope you are as excited to experience what we've created as we were to make it.
The thing about the Weird West is, it ain't kind. Flesh eaters took your husband, killed your son cold. Time to dig up them shooting irons. The town, flesh eaters were here. Time for some persuasion. How you gonna play this out? Clean and quiet? Or something more resolute? An oddity. Something wakes up inside of you. Trail still hot. Time to get hunting. But there are more than 2 ways to skin a hare. You'll find yourself wearing different pairs of boots, with different persuasions. You can use them smarts real quiet-like. Or you can tap into something a bit less conventional and bring the West to its knees. Regardless, if you want to survive, you're gonna need to experiment. Use the land to your advantage. Bend the West to your will. Or shoot, become your own force of nature and bring the West to its knees. This here, it's just a sampling of what's in store. Your actions, they'll inspire tall tales. Tales of brutality, of the occult, the perverse. When they gather around the campfire, they'll speak your name and tremble. Welcome to the Weird West.
Hello and welcome to episode number 2 of our in-depth looks into Weird West. In this one, we'll take a look at our game's elements of simulation. Weird West offers a large number of systems that can not only interact with the player, but also with each other to create spontaneous opportunities for resolving challenges in ways that the designers might not even have expected. Elements and materials such as fire, water, wind, acid, oil, wood, metal, and even food. Players can experiment and find creative ways to take advantage of the properties of all of these systems by trying things out. Say, for example, you find yourself on fire. You can use water to put yourself out, but you can also use that water to your advantage. Or, say you need some health and there's a storm coming. If you can grab an empty barrel and turn it right side up, you might find yourself a healing opportunity. The simulation also applies to people and their existence in the world, how they respond to sounds, how they respond to the player's actions and to other NPCs. But we'll save this for another time. Look forward to more detail about our justice system in later videos. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon for more videos about Weird West.
Hello and welcome to a new episode of our in-depth looks into Weird West. Today, we'll look over combat, stealth and abilities. Let's see some of the tools we offer to players so that they can play their own way. Combat feels immediate, expressive and deliberate in Weird West. You can aim at absolutely anything that is interactive and develop indirect strategies that make use of all of the systems in the game. Combat also comes with abilities and perks that you can choose to upgrade based on your combat style. Would you like to have the ability to incinerate everything in a radius around you? Or perhaps shoot multiple enemies at once? Or even rain lightning down on your enemies? Or maybe you feel a little more on the avoidance side of things. Are you a bit low on bullets? Then know that the game supports stealth, knockouts, drop attacks, and other stealth tools linked to weapons and abilities. All of these mechanics layer together and empower you, the player, to master the game in a way that feels the most fun to you. Welcome to the Weird West, with a French accent. Hello and welcome to a new episode of our in-depth looks into Weird West. This time, we'll talk a bit about how the player relates to the citizens of Weird West, and vice versa. The game's systems allow you to commit crimes, small and big, but if you do so and have been seen, you'll deal with the consequences of your actions. Lawmen are here for you, and so is jail. You'll pay one way or the other. Or not. And if you run away from the place where you committed a crime, it is likely that bounty hunters will come after you. Also, if you become someone's enemy, they might get back at you at some later point and ambush you when you don't expect it. On the other side of that, you can make friends who will be eternally grateful and who will occasionally show up during a dire moment in combat and help you survive. See you in the Weird West on March 31st, 2022. Hello and welcome to a new episode of our in-depth looks into Weird West.
Hi, Raphael Colantonio with WolfEye Studios. We are passionate developers and gamers at WolfEye. And as we are playing our own game, on one hand we realize that the game is really great, on the other hand we realize it's not quite ready yet. The game is being tested in a private beta and they're having a blast. However, we want to iron out a few stuff because we are committed to delivering the best experience. We have a long history of making immersive sims, and we all know how great those games can be when it all comes together. Every players have their own experience, and there's so many things that can happen. And some of those things can be great, some of those things cannot be so great. So we want to deliver the best experience as possible. This is why we're pushing the game to March 31st, 2022. Thank you for your patience. It's almost there.
West's full of tall tales. Strangeness, oddity, evil. But the West, it's also got heroes of a kind. A bounty hunter thought she could hang up her shooting irons for good. Thought wrong. A pigman, cursed. A monster in the eyes of his fellow man. But a monster with a past. His land's got guardians. Come west tracking an evil wind across the plains. Liable to find it. It's got cowboys, drunk on the moon. Trapped in a war for the heart of the West. And it's got future seers, set to change what's coming before the sun sets. You see, you five, you're tied together. A purpose deeper than you know. The more you dig, the stranger it gets. action RPG set in the supernatural West. Forge relationships with odd characters. Make friends and enemies. And live with the consequences. Create your own path and gain a tactical edge. Move by day or by night. Talk your way out of sticky situations. Upgrade your skills. Enhance your arsenal. Choose your approach. Master a plethora of sandbox systems. Story is yours to tell. Change the West forever.
You heard the song, old friend? No, I ain't gonna sing it. Go kill the man outside Grackle, dead on the plain. But he wasn't no man, and he sure wasn't slain. Now, a shadow follows me, a menace on the wind. Lurks there in my dreams, sure to kill me in the end. But I've got promises to keep before I'm laid to rest. My irons, they hunt shadows, 'cause I was born in the weird West. Mighty brave coming out here, old friend. Brave. Or foolish.